Josh, we're here from the back to a new 1203BARRETT TV episode, and this is the first episode of season 27. And in this episode, to start the season, I'm going to be talking about how I rewatched a classic, and that is the original Space Jam. I prefer the original Space Jam over A New Legacy. And there's a big reason, of course, is because Michael Jordan. Yes, I prefer Michael Jordan over James. Again, that's just my personal opinion, though. Again, I respect who y'all like the most when it comes to the Space Jams, but for me, I always been a Michael Jordan fan, and the first Space Jam I always liked more. I mean, again, I don't hate the second Space Jam movie, right? I thought it was quite alright. I like the whole effects and all the Easter eggs that the second Space Jam had, but again, don't really much of James though. But and I like the Toon Squads too. I mean, not the Toon, yeah, the Toon Squads, but the Goon Squads. I meant to say the Goon Squads. I like the Goon Squad designs in the second Space Jam, but not my personal favorite comparing the two. Again, the first one all the way, and I love the Monstars and the whole villains as well. Like, I definitely prefer the villain in the first Space Jam way more. Especially I like the deal that they come up with. If Michael and the Looney Tunes win, they have to give back the stolen talents back to the basketball players that the Monstars stolen. And if the Monstars win, then they get Michael Jordan. And they say all these different things that he has to do, or he would have to do. Again, definitely prefer this villain way more over LG. I'll just have LG Rhythm. That's just me though. I mean, I don't hate LG Rhythm. He was an alright villain, but I do prefer this one over way more. And of course we have the whole, Lola Bunny from the first Space Jam. The whole reason they had to change Lola in the second Space Jam. The whole controversy. We have the whole Lola from the first Space Jam that had to be changed in the sequel. And also we have Pepe Le Pew in the first Space Jam, and of course he's completely absent. If I recall, he's completely absent from the second movie because he's a controversial character as well. He's a controversial character. I mean, again, if you just see his character though, Pepe Le Pew's character, you can understand why seeing him to this day is kind of not right. But again, definitely prefer the original Space Jam, and always will as well. I'll always prefer the original Space Jam over A New Legacy. And even if we get a third Space Jam, whenever, I'll always prefer the original Space Jam. Because most of the time, the originals are the classics. The originals are normally always better. When it just depends on the sequels. And the original Space Jam always will be better. At least for me. Yeah, I'd like to know what y'all think. Love you, and I'll go to the next one.